Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each to an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you details of a new amended S1 version 2, and this also includes estimates of a potential share count. We're also going to be looking at ticker symbol CRCH, so stay tuned for that. Before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Bloomberg: the S&P 500 has notched up the longest monthly slide since 2020. So unfortunately this has happened since September. So let's have a look at the heat map here, which I think overall is fairly mixed. We can see Google is down, Meta is down, Microsoft is slightly up, Tesla is slightly up, but overall not too good. So let's now have a look at the S1. So what I posted earlier today is the S1 amended version 2 is released. The company has added estimates to the share count just in excess of 132 million, and these registered are equivalent to 53% of the total share count. So we'll have a look at the share count and the detailed figures shortly, but what NHL fan Smashville also posted is, does this officially start the clock of us having a certain time frame to transfer our shares to the transfer agent? So officially no, because the S1 is not yet approved. However, that we could get an update on that as soon as well. So let's have a look at the S1 amended version 2. We can see here this has now been submitted. The date of submission was the 30th of October 2023. So we can see here at the top the information in this prospectus is not complete and may be changed. So obviously the reason for that is not yet approved. So we may not issue the securities until the registration statement filed with the SEC is effective. So again, just a reminder, this is not yet effective. So the countdown doesn't yet begin. The prospectus is not an offer to sell these securities, and it is not soliciting to offer to buy these securities at any jurisdiction where the offer or sale is not permitted. So obviously we know there is a proposal here to exchange or get shares of Newco, but what they're also clarifying here is that there is not going to be a financial cost to doing that. So it states here, subject to completion dated October the 30th 2023. So let's have a look at the number of shares. So it states here just in excess of, it says up to 248,830,516 subscription rights to receive the shares of common stock of a future subsidiary. So what I'd now like to do is focus on the rights offering. So if we have a look at here under the section securities offered, I've just in terms of the key thing that we can highlight in terms of the shares. So what I've highlighted here is the number of shares of Nextbridge Hydrocarbons reasonably anticipated to be eligible for the subscription is the figure that we've just got there, just in excess of 248 million. Total number of shares of common stock outstanding as of this date, as of which is October the 1st 2023, without taking into account satisfaction of the holding period. The company estimates that approximately 132,756,463 shares of common stock are directly registered with the transfer agent, which is AST, making up approximately 53% of the total number of shares outstanding. So using simple maths, that basically is saying 47% have not been registered. So in order to be an eligible holder of shares of Nextbridge Hydrocarbons common stock to receive the non-transferable subscription rights, you cannot be a bank, broker or other nominee. So so obviously kind of you could say another way of saying this is only retail owners and investors longs will get entitlement here. So brokers will not, banks will not, obviously shorts certainly will not, and that's also something important that you need to be aware of. And it also states here Neither NextBridge Hydrocarbons or Newco will receive any proceeds from the exercise of the subscription right, so there's no cost here. And it also states here, it is currently anticipated that Newco common stock will not be listed for any trading on any stock exchange. So again, this will also be private. What I'd now like to do is give a shout out to AK Dallas, who's added an outstanding breakdown of some of the figures, which we're going to have a look at shortly. But what he posted is, this is the breakdown at AST with working interest, looking at McCabe shares that are already at AST. The S1 number as of the 1st of October, he doesn't believe this includes Will Stewart and McCabe's transfer at the time, and I do agree with that, because I remember Will was saying the AST transfer for him at the time was pending. So I'm not sure about an update on that, but if we include that, we have an imbalance of 86 million or 52% of the MMTLP shares. So he also goes on to say the 480 share variance, so this variance, i.e. difference, the website has 165,472,721, but the filings have a figure of 165,472,241. So there is a difference there of 480. So credit to Junk Savvy for that reference source as well. And that is why there is a variance and a difference, since it didn't have the old MMTLP, MMAT data. So we don't know if it's a clerical error, but I think it is important for the company to come out and obviously explain that, because it's in the interest of accuracy. So let's have a look at the data here. So let's have a look at the figures here shared by AK Dallas. So this is here for the date October the 1st, 2023. So total shares just in excess of 248 million. AST received so far just in excess of 132 million, which means we have a remaining amount of just in excess of 116 million. So working interest, we're looking at just in excess of 27 million. McCabe's working interest just in excess of 56 million. NextBridge Hydrocarbon shares total just in excess of 165 million, giving a total of 248,830,996. But remember, there is a variation of 480. So let's have a look at the total NextBridge Hydrocarbon shares at AST. So we've got a figure there of 49,398,188. Now, the interesting figure here is for Will Stewart. So we've got a figure here of just in excess of 17.9 million shares for Will Stewart. But one thing to remember, it's not Will Stewart as an individual, it's Will Stewart family and other shares in significant other holdings that he is obviously part of. So that's not a single shareholder, but it's Will Stewart and his which, let's say, company holdings. And then we've got McCabe's NextBridge Hydrocarbon shares just in excess of 12 million. And both of these we're saying are unlikely to be in AST as of the 1st of October. They combined will represent 10.82% and 4.82%. So what the key figure at the bottom here, what do we need to get full? It's just in excess of 86,174,000 shares, which represents just in excess of 52.08%. And the final thing I'd like to do is give a shout out here to Lolly, who posted with regard to what's happened in terms of the news that we're just sharing, is this morning's information regarding the S1 changes, stating the number of shares in AST just in excess of 132 million, identifies a shortage to reach a full status. If you choose to participate in this poll, I would appreciate if you can send Lolly a DM with redacted screenshots of your communication, personal details, etc. And validation of shares. And the request is an attempt to weed out the fraudsters and gain a more valid estimate. So the question is, if you have tried to transfer your shares to AST and received a refusal by your broker to transfer to AST, how many shares are you trying to transfer? If you made the decision to hold your shares of MMTLP and not transfer to AST, how many shares are you holding? So again, so far we have 494 votes, 2 days left, so there is time for you if you voluntarily wish to participate in this let's say speculative idea of collecting information from Lolly, just to give us an estimated amount of obviously unaccounted shares. Please go ahead and do that, but again, this is purely just a speculative estimate. I finally like to finish off by having a look at ticker symbol CHRS, also known as Coherus Biosciences. So this is a stock that was featured in the previous video. So go ahead and check this out. And those of you that haven't seen it, this is a stock that also has had the first FDA approval for NPC. So we're going to have a look at that shortly as well. So this was also called in our weekly watch list where we looked at the recent FDA approval. The company also got a milestone payment schedule with CHRS Biosciences, and this was shared exclusively with the Discord members. So if we have a look at the chart for today, we know it's up in excess of 10.96% at $3.34. So congratulations to everybody who got in CHRS. So again, high risk stock, and one obviously to trade with care and always obviously protect your profits. So and finally, if you would like to get copies of all our weekly watch list and daily stock alerts, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.